She thought matching outfits would make them the perfect couple. But that day at the party, her husband gave her the kind of embarrassment she will never forget. Listen, oh, listen. Gather round, my people. Let me tell you about a woman called Blessing. The kind of woman who thinks her own way is the only way. This story is sweet, but the lesson? Even sweeter. Now, Blessing was not an ordinary woman, no. She was the type that once she set her mind on something, even thunder from heaven cannot change it. Her husband, Chief Emeka, was a very rich man. The kind of man that drives 3 different cars for 3 different occasions. But Blessing, she was selling pommo at Balogun Market. Now, my people, there is nothing wrong with selling pommo. It's a good, honest business. Many women are feeding their families well with pommo business. But Chief Emeka had one small request, just one. He didn't like the smell it brought into the house. That's all. A simple thing that husband and wife could discuss and find solution for. But Blessing, she said no. Just like that. No discussion, no compromise, just pure stubbornness wearing expensive lace. And this was not the first time. Let me tell you about Blessing's stubbornness so you can understand the kind of load Chief Emeka was carrying on his head. There was the time Chief Emeka's mother came to visit from the village. The old woman, Mama Emeka, liked her tea with 3 spoons of sugar. But Blessing decided on her own that sugar was bad for old people. So every morning she would make the tea with no sugar at all. Blessing, my dear, Mama said she wants sugar in her tea, Chief Emeka would beg. I don't care what she said. I'm protecting her health. When she gets diabetes, will I not be the one to take care of her? Mama Emeka suffered for 2 weeks drinking bitter tea before she packed her bags and went back to the village, vexing. Then there was the time Chief Emeka wanted to paint their house a nice cream color, something elegant and classic. Blessing had it and declared that she wanted hot pink, bright, screaming, "Look at me from 3 streets away, hot pink." Chief Emeka said, "Blessing, we live in a respectable estate. We cannot paint our house like a nightclub. It's my house too. I want pink." My people, they argued for months. In the end, Chief Emeka gave up and let her paint it pink. Do you know what happened? The estate chairman came to their door with a letter. The house was bringing down the property value of the whole estate. Chief Emeka had to repaint it cream color at double the cost. And Blessing didn't even apologize. She just hissed and said, "They are just jealous of my style." There was also the incident with Chief Emeka's best friend's birthday party. The man specifically said on the invitation, "No children, please. Adult party only." Clear and simple. But Blessing insisted on bringing their 3-year-old son because what kind of mother leaves her child at home for party? Chief Emeka begged her, "Blessing, it's his house, his party, his rules. Let's respect his wishes. My sister can watch our son for a few hours. I'm going with my child or I'm not going at all." They went with the child. The boy cried throughout the party, broke an expensive vase and spilled juice on the celebrant's white sofa. Chief Emeka was so ashamed he had to replace the sofa and the vase. Cost him almost 200,000 naira. And Blessing, she just said, children will be children. If he didn't want children, he should have locked his breakables. Every single time, it was the same pattern. Chief Emeka would make a reasonable request, Blessing would refuse, chaos would follow, and she would never admit she was wrong. So when Chief Emeka came to her about the pommo business, he came with sense and with solution. "Blessing, my dear," he said gently one evening,
This pommo business, the smell is becoming too much. It's in the curtains, in the bed sheets, in my agbada, even in my Mercedes. Yesterday, my business partner asked me if I had opened a meat processing plant. So what do you want me to do? Close my shop because of small smell? Blessing snapped. I'm not asking you to stop working, Chief Emeka said patiently. I will give you twice whatever profit you make from pommo every month, just like that, free money. And on top of that, I will set up any other business you want, boutique, restaurant, provision store, cosmetic shop, hair salon, anything. Just leave this pommo business that is bringing this smell. My people, this man offered her heaven on a platter. He would pay her double her profit to do nothing, plus set up a brand new business. Any reasonable woman would jump at this opportunity. But do you know what Blessing said? She said no, just like that. No explanation, no negotiation, just pure stubbornness wearing expensive lace. My mother sold pommo, my grandmother sold pommo, and I will sell pommo. You want to control me. You want to turn me into a housewife who depends on her husband for everything. If you don't like it, go and marry someone else. Chief Emeka just sighed and walked away. But Blessing didn't stop there. Since her husband had complained about the smell, she decided to teach him a lesson, to show him who was boss in the house. Every morning, she would go to the market extra early, buy the freshest, smelliest pommo she could find, and spread it all over the house to dry. In the living room, in the corridor, even in the bedroom. She stopped keeping it only in the kitchen. She wanted the smell everywhere. And the cars? My people, the cars. After handling pommo all day, she would deliberately rub her hands on the car seat. All 3 cars. The Benz, the Range Rover, even Chief Emeka's precious Lexus that he babied like it was his firstborn child. She would sit in each car and touch everything, the steering wheel, the dashboard, the headrest. The smell became so powerful that even the gateman started breathing through his mouth. Chief Emeka tried to manage. He would spray air freshener until the house looked like Harmattan fog had entered Lagos. He would wind down all the car windows, driving in the hot sun just to air out the smell. His business associates started making comments. His friends started making jokes. But every time he tried to talk to Blessing about it, she would just laugh and say, if you cannot smell like your wife's success, then what kind of husband are you? My people, the man was suffering. Now, there was this woman called Ngozi, Blessing's childhood friend from secondary school. Ngozi was the opposite of Blessing in every way. Soft-spoken, gentle, always smiling, always understanding. The kind of woman who listens when you talk and thinks before she speaks. Ngozi would visit their house and see how Blessing was treating Chief Emeka. She would watch Blessing back orders at him like he was her houseboy. She would see the man's face tight with frustration, his shoulders heavy with stress, and she would shake her head sympathetically. Blessing, why do you treat Chief like this? Ngozi asked her friend one day privately. Treat him like what? I'm just being myself. If he wanted a quiet, obedient wife, he should have married a church mouse. But marriage is about compromise now. He's not asking you to stop working. He's offering you something even better. Blessing sucked her teeth. You too? Is it your marriage? Ngozi, face your own life and leave my husband alone. But Ngozi didn't leave Chief Emeka alone, no, but not in the way Blessing thought. Ngozi became the listening ear that Blessing refused to be. When Chief Emeka was frustrated, Ngozi would visit and bring him cold water. When he needed to talk, she would sit quietly and listen with those understanding eyes. No judgment, no commanding, just pure sympathy.
Ngozi, I don't know what to do anymore, Chief Emeka would confess, his voice heavy with tiredness. I have tried everything. I have begged, I have offered money, I have offered to build her any kind of shop, anywhere in Lagos. But Blessing thinks I'm trying to cage her, to control her. She doesn't understand that I just want peace in my own house. Yeah, sorry, Ngozi would say softly. A man works hard outside. He should at least find rest when he comes home. And bit by bit, visit by visit, Ngozi became the peace that Chief Emeka's house was lacking. But let me tell you about the final straw, the matching outfit wahala that scattered everything. You see, Blessing had developed this new obsession. She wanted her and Chief Emeka to always wear matching outfits to every party. Matching Ankara, matching Asoebi, matching everything. And not just matching colors though, the exact same pattern cut from the same cloth like identical twins. The first time she suggested it, Chief Emeka laughed. He thought she was joking. Blessing, I'm a man, a chief. I cannot be wearing matching outfits with my wife like we're school children on cultural day. Blessing's face changed like thundercloud. What do you mean you cannot wear it? Other couples are doing it. I saw Chief Adeyemi and his wife matching at Yatayo's party. I saw Mr. and Mrs. Okonkwo at the Christmas service. Those are their choices, Blessing. It's not for me.
You will wear it, Blessing commanded, her voice rising. Or is it that Ngozi is filling your head with nonsense? I've noticed how she's always here, always talking to you, always looking at you with those her mumu eyes. Blessing, don't be ridiculous. Ngozi is your friend. She's just being kind. Just wear the cloth, Emeka. I've already told the tailor to sew it. Don't embarrass me. And that was that. Blessing had spoken. Case closed. The first party they attended in matching outfits, Chief Emeka wanted to die. It was Chief Adeleke's son's graduation party. Blessing had chosen a bright red Ankara with big yellow flowers, the kind of pattern that could cause traffic accident if you stared too long. They entered the party together, and my people, the whole place went silent for 2 seconds before the laughter started. Not loud laughter, but that small, mocking kind that people try to hide behind their hands.
Ah, Chief Emeka, you and your wife are matching like Indomie twins, one of his friends called out. See them, like Jack and Jill, another one added. Even the small children at the party started giggling and pointing. Chief Emeka's face turned red like the Ankara itself. He wanted to remove the outfit right there and put on someone else's cloth. But Blessing was holding his hand tight, parading him around like a trophy she had won at a raffle draw. Don't mind them, she whispered loudly. They are just jealous that their own wives don't love them enough to match with them. After that party, Chief Emeka begged, Blessing, please, no more matching outfits. I'm a serious businessman. People are starting to make jokes. It's affecting my reputation. Your reputation? Blessing's eyes flashed. So matching with your wife is destroying your reputation? You know what is destroying your reputation? That Ngozi coming to this house anyhow, smiling at you like she's selling toothpaste in a TV commercial. This is not about Ngozi. This is about me not wanting to wear matching outfits. You will wear it. I don't care what you want.
And so it continued. Every party, every wedding, every celebration, Blessing would force Chief Emeka into matching outfits. Blue and white stripes like prison uniform, green and gold like Christmas decoration, purple with orange like... Actually, nobody could even describe that one. His friends stopped taking him seriously. They would see him coming and start laughing before he even reached their table. Some people started calling him Chief Matching behind his back. His business partners would make small comments. Even his own younger brother pulled him aside one day and said, Bro, what is going on? Why are you dressing like backup dancer? Chief Emeka was dying inside, but Blessing didn't care.
Every time he complained, she would just say, "If you like, don't wait. But I will go to the party alone and tell everybody that my husband is too proud to match with his wife. Let's see how that will help your precious reputation." So, Chief Emeka would wait every single time, with shame following him like shadow at noontime.
Meanwhile, Ngozi was watching everything. She saw how miserable Chief Emeka was. She saw how Blessing was grinding the man down bit by bit, demand by demand. And somewhere in her gentle heart, something shifted. She stopped seeing him as just her friend's husband. She started seeing him as a man who deserved better. Then came the announcement, Chief Adeleke's daughter's wedding, the biggest party of the year. The whole of Lagos would be there. Governors, senators, business moguls, Nollywood celebrities, everybody who was anybody. This was not the kind of party you could just blend into the background. This was the party where people were watching. Blessing heard about it and her eyes lit up like Christmas lights. This was her moment. She would show all of Lagos how Chief Emeka belonged to her. She went to the best boutique in Lagos and bought the most expensive Ankara she could find, bright purple with gold sequins that could blind someone from across the street. The kind of material that was shouting, look at me, notice me," from every thread. She bought enough for 2 complete outfits, one for herself, one for Chief Emeka.
She took it to the tailor with strict instructions. Make them identical. Same style, same cut, same everything. I want people to see us from far and know that we are one. The tailor looked at the material, looked at her, and just nodded. The customer is always right after all. The week before the party, Blessing was like a general preparing for war. She called Chief Emeka every day to remind him about the matching outfit. She hung both outfits side by side in the wardrobe where he could see them. She even sent him WhatsApp messages with photos of the outfits with captions like, "Can't wait for Saturday. We will shut down that party." Chief Emeka looked at those outfits every day and something inside him was screaming. This was not just any party. This was Chief Adeleke, the man who controlled half the construction contract in Lagos, the man whose good favor could change Chief Emeka's business trajectory completely. And Blessing wanted him to show up looking like a carnival masquerade. He tried one more time. On Thursday evening, 2 days before the party, he sat Blessing down. "Blessing, my love," he started, his voice calm and measured. "This Chief Adeleke's party is very important to me, very important. Can we please just wear complementary colors instead of exact matching? You can wear the purple. I'll wear a nice purple and gold agbada. We'll still look coordinated, but..."
"But what?" Blessing exploded before he could finish. "You want to embarrass me, Abi? You think I don't know that Ngozi will be at that party? You want to go there and match with her instead? I'm not stupid, Emeka. You will wear this outfit or you will not attend that party at all. Choose." "Blessing, you are being unreasonable. Get out. Get out of this room before I pour this water on your head." Chief Emeka got out. He went to the guest room and locked the door. And that night, lying on that small bed, smelling the pommo smell that had even reached the guest room, something in him finally broke. Not broke like anger, broke like when you've been bending and bending and bending, and then suddenly you just can't bend anymore. He picked up his phone and made a call. "Ngozi," he said quietly, "we need to talk." Saturday morning came with bright sunshine, like even the weather wanted to witness the drama that was about to unfold. Blessing woke up at 5 a.m., her body vibrating with excitement. Today was the day. Today, all of Lagos would see that Chief Emeka belonged to her and her alone. She had already prepared everything the night before. The outfits were pressed and hanging. The shoes were polished, even the matching accessories, the purple and gold beads, the matching hat and cap, the matching fans, everything was laid out, like she was preparing for a royal coronation. "Emeka, wake up," she called, banging on the guest room door. "We need to start getting ready. You know Lagos traffic. We cannot be late to this party."
Chief Emeka opened the door. His face was calm. Too calm. The kind of calm that comes after a big decision has been made. "Blessing," he said quietly, "I'm not wearing that outfit." "What did you say?" "I said I'm not wearing it. I will wear my own outfit. You can wear yours." My people, what happened next? The scream that came out of Blessing's mouth made the gate man check if armed robbers had entered the compound. She grabbed the purple agbada and threw it at Chief Emeka's face. She cried, she threatened, she fell on the floor and started rolling like she was acting Nollywood film.
"You want to disgrace me? After all I've done for you, after standing by you, you want to go and march with that witch Ngozi? I know what's happening. You think I'm a fool?" Chief Emeka just stood there, dodging the outfits that she kept throwing at him, his face still calm. "Blessing, I have made my decision. You can continue like this, or you can get ready and we go to this party like two separate adults. Your choice." He went back into the guest room and locked the door. Blessing cried and screamed for another 30 minutes. She called her mother, she called her sister, she called her pastor. Everybody told her the same thing. Just wear your own outfit and let him wear his. Why are you forcing grown man? But Blessing was not hearing word. She was convinced that Chief Emeka had planned with Ngozi to embarrass her. She made up her mind. She would go to that party, and when she got there, she would cause the kind of scene that people would talk about for years. Chief Emeka got dressed in the guest room. He wore a simple, elegant navy blue agbada with subtle gold embroidery. He looked like old money, like inherited wealth, like the kind of man who doesn't need to announce himself because his presence speaks volumes. He looked at himself in the mirror, nodded with satisfaction, and left the house at 11 a.m., 3 hours before the party was set to start.
Blessing waited. She was sure he would come back. She was sure he would realize he had no choice and come back to wear the matching outfit. But 12 noon came, 1 p.m. came, 2 p.m. came. Chief Emeka did not return. At 2:30 p.m., Blessing finally accepted that he was serious. She got dressed in her bright purple Ankara with gold sequins, alone. She looked in the mirror at the outfit that was supposed to be worn by 2 people, and for a moment, just a tiny moment, she felt something like doubt creep into her heart. But she shook it off. No, she would go to that party and show Chief Emeka that she didn't need him. She would look so good that he would regret not matching with her. She arrived at the party venue at 3:15 p.m. The place was packed. Canopies everywhere. People dressed to kill, musicians playing, photographers snapping, the smell of jollof rice filling the air. It was a Lagos party at its finest. Blessing stepped out of her car, her purple and gold outfit catching the sunlight like a disco ball. People turned to look. Some people were pointing, but Blessing held her head high and marched toward the VIP section where she knew Chief Emeka would be sitting. And then she saw it.
My people, what Blessing saw that day made her knees weak and her expensive makeup start to run. There was Chief Emeka sitting at the VIP table, laughing freely like a man who had just dropped a heavy load, and sitting next to him wearing the exact same navy blue outfit, matching from head to toe, gele to shoes, everything perfectly coordinated, was Ngozi. They looked like they had planned it for months. The colors matched perfectly. The styles complemented each other beautifully. Ngozi's gele was wrapped in a style that balanced Chief Emeka's cap. Even their shoes were in the same shade of blue. They looked like they had stepped out of a magazine cover. The perfect couple at the perfect party. Blessing stood there, frozen, her loud purple Ankara suddenly feeling like a costume from a traveling circus.
Her mouth was open, but no sound was coming out. The music seemed to fade. The noise of the party seemed to dim. All she could see was her husband and her friend, matching perfectly, smiling perfectly, looking perfectly at peace. The whole VIP section had noticed. People were whispering. Some people were pulling out their phones to take pictures. The bride's mother was looking confused. Even Chief Adeleke himself was staring with his mouth slightly open. Chief Emeka saw Blessing standing there. He stood up calmly, adjusted his agbada, and walked over to where she was rooted to the spot. Ngozi followed him, her hand slipping naturally into his like it had always belonged there. The whole party seemed to hold its breath.
Chief Emeka stopped in front of Blessing, and in a voice that was calm but loud enough for the nearby tables to hear clearly, he said, "Blessing, I have tried. For 3 years, I have tried. I have begged you to change your ways, to be reasonable, to understand that marriage is partnership, not dictatorship. I have begged you to leave the pommo business. I offered you double profit plus new business. You refused. I have begged you to stop forcing me into matching outfits that make me a laughingstock. You refused. I have begged you to just listen, to compromise, to meet me halfway on anything, even small things. You refused everything." His voice was not shaking. He was not shouting. He was just stating facts like a man reading a shopping list. I offered you everything a woman could want: comfort, security, respect, partnership. But you wanted control. You wanted a husband you could command like a servant. Today, you have forced me for the last time. I'm done. He gestured to Ngozi, who stepped forward gracefully, looking like everything Blessing was not. Calm, gentle, elegant in that matching navy blue outfit.
Ngozi has shown me what a real partner looks like, Chief Emeka continued, his eyes never leaving Blessing's face. Someone who listens, who compromises, who doesn't turn marriage into a battlefield. Someone who cares about her husband's peace as much as her own pride. I have already filed for divorce. My lawyers will contact you next week. The house is yours. I will give you a settlement. But this marriage, it ended the day you chose stubbornness over sense. The whole VIP section went completely silent. You could hear the musicians playing from the other end of the venue. But in that section, silence was the loudest sound. Blessing's mouth was opening and closing like fish out of water. She looked at Ngozi, her friend, her childhood friend, the one she had invited into her house, fed with her food, confided in her about her marriage problems. Ngozi met her eyes and said, softly but firmly, I told you, Blessing. Many times I told you. I begged you to treat him well, to be reasonable, to stop all this your stubbornness. But you never listened. You said I should face my life and leave your husband alone. Well, I tried to leave him alone, but you pushed him so hard that he ran straight to me. And unlike you, when a good man comes to me, I know how to treat him well. Blessing finally found her voice. You witch! You betrayed me! You stole my husband! Ngozi didn't even flinch. I didn't steal anything, Blessing. You threw him away with your own hands. I just picked up what you discarded. If you throw away gold because you prefer to play with stones, don't be angry when someone else recognizes the value of that gold.
People around were gasping now. Some were nodding in agreement. One old woman at a nearby table even said, "She's right, oh! The girl is right." Chief Emeka took Ngozi's hand again. "We're leaving now. Blessing, my lawyers will be in touch. Please remove all your pommo from my house by the end of this month. I can't come back to a house that smells like that." And with that, Chief Emeka and Ngozi turned and walked away, their matching navy blue outfits swaying in perfect harmony, leaving Blessing standing alone in her loud purple Ankara that suddenly looked like the loneliest color in the world. My people, Blessing ran out of that party so fast. Her gold sequins were scattering on the floor like she was Cinderella running from the ball. The shame, the embarrassment in front of all of Lagos, in front of governors and senators' wives and business people and society people. Her name was now permanently attached to the phrase, the woman whose husband matched with her friend at Chief Adeleke's daughter's wedding.
She went home and cried for 3 days straight. She didn't eat, she didn't bathe, she just cried. The pommo in the house was rotting because she had no energy to sell it. The smell got even worse, but now there was no one around to complain about it. She called Chief Emeka's phone, not reachable. She sent messages, blue ticks, but no reply. She went to his office. Security turned her back with a letter from Chief Emeka's lawyer saying she was not allowed on the premises. She even went to Ngozi's house to beg, maybe to fight, maybe to plead, maybe she herself didn't know. But when she got there, Ngozi had moved. The neighbor said cheerfully, "Oh, she moved into Chief Emeka's new house in Lekki. Heard they're planning a proper wedding soon." Blessing collapsed right there in front of Ngozi's old house and had to be revived with sachet water.
The divorce was swift and clean. Chief Emeka gave Blessing a settlement, 2 million naira cash, and the right to stay in the house for 6 months before she had to move out. He took custody of their son, though Blessing was free to come and see him anytime she wanted. It was generous, more generous than she deserved. But the pommo business, my people, that business died a natural death. Nobody wanted to buy pommo from the woman who lost her rich husband to her friend. Her customers started going elsewhere. Even her fellow market women started avoiding her, afraid that her bad luck might be contagious. Some would whisper when she passed, "See the one that stubbornness scattered her home. She wanted to show she's independent. Now she's independent alone." Within 3 months, Blessing had to close the shop. The 2 million naira settlement started disappearing. Rent for a small room in a face me, I face you compound, feeding, light, water, transportation. The money that would have lasted years if she had managed it well disappeared in less than a year because Blessing had never learned to manage money. Chief Emeka had always been the one handling finances. Chief Emeka and Ngozi had the wedding of the century. The wedding photos flooded social media. In every photo, you could see the joy on Chief Emeka's face. The weight he had been carrying for 3 years was gone. Blessing sat in her small room in Mushin, from Ikoyi mansion to Mushin face me, I face you, scrolling through the photos with tears running down her face. The pommo smell that used to fill the house was now just in her memory. But even without the smell, she was alone. Her mother came to visit her one day and just shook her head. "I told you," her mother said quietly. "I told you that stubbornness would finish you. I told you to listen to your husband, but you said I was old-fashioned. Now look at you." 2 years later, Blessing heard that Ngozi had given birth to twins, a boy and a girl. Chief Emeka threw a naming ceremony that was the talk of Lagos. The photos showed Chief Emeka holding his children with the biggest smile anyone had ever seen on his face. That same week, Blessing was back at Balogo Market, but not selling pommo. She was selling second-hand clothes from a small table in the corner, competing with 50 other women selling the same thing. The mighty had truly fallen.
My people, this is the lesson. A wise woman builds her home with understanding, but a foolish one tears it down with her own stubborn hands. Thank you for listening to the end. See you in our next episode. Bye.